Hi there. Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. On the agenda, answers to your vaccine-related questions, a program targeting seniors, plus quick and healthy ideas to break your fast. But first, a timely reminder followed by the news. Stay with us.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Monday, September 20. The government has surpassed its vaccination target of having 700,000 Jamaicans vaccinated by September 30. This means the island is on track to have 65% of the population vaccinated by March 2022. Up to Friday, September 17, 702,693 doses of vaccine were administered to Jamaicans. Of that number, 486,590 were first dose, while 195,896 were second dose. And 20,207 of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine were taken. The state, meanwhile, is expected to continue its vaccination drive with Friday's arrival of 100,800 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine. And Jamaicans will now have easier access to vaccines as the Ministry of Health and Wellness has expanded the number of fixed sites to 55 across all 14 parishes. Meanwhile, 73,880 children aged 12 to 18 years have received the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, pushing the island a step closer to the reopening of schools. In Parliament Tuesday, Education Minister Favour Williams revealed that of the more than 73,000 children receiving the jab, some 22,000 children have gotten 2 doses. Though the Pfizer vaccine administration for children has been suspended due to a shortage, Minister Williams urged parents, teachers, ancillary staff and other school stakeholders to take up the vaccines available to them.
As such, we as adults have a collective responsibility to ourselves and our children to not only steadfastly continue to adhere to the COVID-19 protocols, but to also make that important decision to get the added layer of protection afforded from being vaccinated.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is encouraging Jamaicans to take the first available COVID-19 vaccine as all brands are safe. According to Mr. Holness, the habit of waiting for a particular brand of vaccine is making the fight against COVID-19 even more challenging. The Prime Minister encouraged citizens to get the jab as soon as possible and not wait until close friends or family members are affected.
So we can use our own reasoning and our own good judgment and be proactive in our own benefit and take the vaccine. We are now beginning to realize how serious it is. But we shouldn't wait until it reaches so close. What we should be doing is using our own sense of what we should be calling good judgment.
The Prime Minister was addressing Friday's vaccination mobilization at the Cross Keys High School in Manchester. As of September 19, 80,406 Jamaicans have contracted COVID-19, with 1,794 dying from the virus. In other news, the Ministry of Education has begun the implementation of a 7-year high school program. Currently, the island's high school program lasts 5 years.
This means 2 additional years of high school for students who complete grade 11 and want alternative opportunities alongside the traditional 6th form CAPE curriculum. So, Madam Speaker, any student who completed grade 11 in the last academic year and is not enrolled for the traditional CAPE curriculum is entitled to be offered admission to one of the new 6th form pathway programs to pursue a 2-year program of study.
There are 3 new 6th form pathway programs. Pathway 1 is the traditional 6th form program, whereby students with 5 or more CXC or CSEC passes undertake 10 CAPE units done over 2 years to read for a CXC CAPE associate degree. Pathway 2 is the technical 6th form program. It is geared towards students with no CXC subject passes but who have attained NVQJ Level 1 or 2 certification. Students will pursue Level 2 in any of the labor market skills of choice in grade 12 and transition to the Occupational Associate Degree program in grade 13. Pathway 3 is the general sixth form program geared towards students with no CXE subject passes. Emphasis is placed on literacy and numeracy skills, with students focusing on attaining City and Guild's Basic Proficiency Skills or NVQJ certification. The Ministry of Housing has spent more than $110 million to assist in the regularization of informal settlements. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says even more steps will be taken to provide affordable housing settlement and land ownership across the island. Speaking specifically to Central Clarendon, Minister Charles says focus will be placed on regularizing the Juno Crescent community.
The question for us is, what is the next step? The ministry has been assiduously working on moving now from just the upgrade in terms of infrastructure to do the assessments in conjunction with NHD that has provided the funding so that we can get as many families as possible to have their official registered title.
Minister Charles says the project is proving to be successful and more than 50 land titles will be ready for delivery within the next 6 to 12 months. And finally, the government has donated medical supplies valued at more than $10 million to the Republic of Cuba. The items are to assist in the fight against COVID-19 in the Spanish-speaking island. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith handed over the items to Charge d'Affaires of the Cuban Embassy, Ulysses Calvo Borges, on Wednesday. Senator Johnson-Smith, in a statement, informed that the donation is part of a broader response by the Caribbean community, CARICOM, to Cuba. The donation was organized through a joint effort with Jamaican private sector companies Lasco Pharmaceuticals and CariMed Limited. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
I'm saying to every single Jamaican, you will decide how this pandemic ends. If you wear your mask, if you maintain the physical distance, and if you decide to take the vaccines when it is your time, the pandemic will end. But if in frustration or just ignorance, we do not take responsibility, then the pandemic could end badly, including the loss of more lives.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has said that COVID-19 vaccines can be given to pregnant women after their first trimester, as well as mothers who are breastfeeding. And you would have already heard that children 12 years and older are being given the Pfizer vaccine. If you have other questions related to the COVID-19 vaccines, watch this next feature for answers.
We cannot continue in managing the pandemic by always shutting down. Shutting down has serious financial implications.
That's why government has opted to scale up its vaccination drive. It's another instrument in the state's toolbox aimed at wresting the country from the grips of the COVID-19 pandemic. And unlike other measures currently in place, this tool is one that only you can effectively utilize. Since March 2020, Jamaica has been in a fight against the coronavirus. So far, the island has taken heavy losses. The death toll is rising. COVID-19 cases are increasing. Hospitalization rates are going up. Schools have been forced online. Business and recreational hours have been curtailed, and the list goes on. But now we have a chance to turn the tide, and that fighting chance is through vaccination.
Why should I take a COVID-19 vaccine?
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe?
Are there side effects?
Yes, the questions are many, but the government is making itself available to give you the answers you seek. Let's start from the beginning. Vaccines are a type of medicine that stimulates a person's immune system to protect against a disease. When vaccinated, the body can make antibodies to fight an infection before you become unwell. COVID-19 vaccines are more than 82% effective in preventing infection. The vaccine is administered in either 2 doses or a single shot, depending on the brand. In the case of the 2-dose vaccine, the first and second shots are given 3 weeks apart. Once a person receives the 2 doses, they are not fully protected until 2 weeks later. Common side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine include injection site pain, fatigue, fever, and aches. Persons may also experience other side effects which don't usually last longer than 3 days. After 72 hours, if side effects continue, you are asked to seek medical attention. Vaccinated persons may still be able to get infected with COVID-19, though the chances of this are minimal. But what's more comforting is that you are unlikely to get severely ill from the infection. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's get down to the meat of the matter.
Why should I take the COVID-19 vaccine?
The vaccine is there to protect your life, your livelihood, your happiness against a virus that can kill you.
Why should I take this hurry-come-up medication?
The work in the development of the vaccine depended on all the scientific knowledge that we've built up over the decades, developing the childhood vaccines that are so effective and safe, but also went back to 2005 with the SARS outbreak.
These vaccines have a long history of development. Though they were rapidly brought to market, they were in development for a long time. The technology around the development of these vaccines is well tested and well proven as well.
How effective are vaccines?
The vaccines that are authorized by the WHO are proven to be effective and safe. They are not perfect, but we do find that they are very effective in preventing people getting severe disease, and they are safe. It's very rare serious adverse events occur.
Can COVID-19 vaccine cause death?
The level of concerns in terms of adverse reactions, those have been statistically insignificant and very small. So in general, the vaccines appear to be very, very safe.
In fact, you have a bigger risk if you go into your car in the next hour and drive for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You have a bigger risk of dying in a road accident.
Can the vaccine worsen a medical condition?
Calculate your risk. If you feel you're sick and you're too sick to take it, get your doctor's advice.
Is the vaccine the virus?
The vaccine is prepared in a way that it cannot really infect you. All it can do is stimulate your immune system.
It is in the achievement of herd immunity safely that we will be able to dispense with these non-clinical measures, which have had a devastating impact on our economy.
When is the best time to take the vaccine?
The time is now. We have vaccines. We have enough vaccines that if you should come out tomorrow, we'll be able to vaccinate everyone who would come.
Does the vaccine really protect?
It will almost always protect you from serious disease, even due to Delta. But it may not prevent you from becoming infected. You could still get infected with the virus, but your body resists getting very ill. And most people will resist getting any symptoms, but there is still a little risk that you could. Hence, we keep on the mask. All of us are vaccinated, but we keep on the mask.
How can I get the COVID vaccine in my community?
We will come to a community near you. If you are in doubt as to a location, contact your closest health center. We have 325 of them across the country, normally within close proximity to a community, or your parish hospital, or your member of parliament, or your councillors, or your church leaders or civic leaders, because we're going to be reaching out to them.
We have mapped where our persons with special needs are, and we will be engaging them.
Which COVID vaccine is the best?
The best vaccine is the one that is available. And we will have all the approved vaccines, or most of the approved vaccines. but take the first vaccine that is available. That is the best vaccine. That's the safest one, because the quicker you get it, the safer you are.
Let's get back on track. Let's keep ourselves and our families safe. After all, we're one Jamaica, one family.
Concerned about uncollected garbage at home? Do you see garbage piling up on the streets? Then report it. Use the National Solid Waste Management Authority's mobile app to report instances of littering, illegal dumping, and uncollected garbage. From anywhere and at any time, be an environment warden by informing the authority of unsightly solid waste. You will be notified when your report has been received by the NSWMA, as well as when the matter is resolved. Download the app from the iOS or Android app stores by typing in NSWMA. Play your part, as Jamaica's beauty is everybody's duty.
It's Senior Citizens Month, and we highlight a program that embodies the idea you're never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream.
Imagine an event that showcases only works created by seniors, pieces meticulously designed by the aged but skilled hands of our elders. Welcome to this week's edition of the Arts Page, where we will be entertained by the island's golden ages.
This idea came about last year, July, when a young woman had this desire to showcase the stories of senior citizens. And so she pleaded with her lecturer to say, can it be that the Edna Manley College find a way possible so we can tell the stories of our seniors? Lo and behold, the idea of telling the stories grew into what you are seeing today, Golden Designs, which is an art skills training program for senior citizens, those who are age 60 and over. This young woman I speak of is none other than, as you would have guessed it, myself.
Shelley's class project recently culminated in a full day of activities and art exhibition on the grounds of the National Council for Senior Citizens.
Today, as a ministry, we look with great interest at the artwork created by our more mature Jamaicans, our golden Jamaicans, and can say that the quality displayed here is of the highest caliber.
Over 50 art pieces were on display, all created by the 50 elders of the program who came from the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Thomas.
I made earrings, I made necklace, and I made bangles. It was like Easter period, and it was like the red and white, and I chose red and white, and everybody loved it. And I also liked the red and white when I saw it first time.
I made a leaf, a green leaf that it was green, but I made it that it ripe. I did jewel making, necklace, and brace, and earring. This is one of the earring that I did.
And on the day, the innovative paintings, drawings, crochet and jewelry of the seniors were topped off with a captivating dance performance from a few of the art creators. Yes, these artists are dancers too. The event, which was a requirement for Edna Manley's Bachelor of Arts Management program, in which Shelley is enrolled, also certified the seniors for their hard work.
The Golden Design Arts Training Program augments the mission of the Social Security Division of the ministry the more than 40 older adults who were engaged in jewelry making, photography, and other art forms are now equipped with additional skills to keep the mind and body active, as well as an activity for social and economic purposes.
I enjoy doing it, and I look forward to continue doing it because it occupies your time and it helps with the brains because it keeps you thinking, what next? Which one should I do next? Things like that.
I feel like I would do it for another time, like going to school, because actually, if they don't have a class up by Edna Manley, she said, yes, but I don't get onto it yet. But I think I would do it in future. But not for sale, just like birthday present and gifts, wedding present and so forth.
Can't stress this enough. This is a program that gives you and your child a second chance. Take us up on this offer. Sign up by going to our DRF website at www.drfja.org. Sign up and become a part of the program. We are here to support you. This is a listening program. This is a listening program where we're able to engage our students in a safe place, a child-friendly environment. We build trust. We work on self-esteem, peer pressure, conflict resolution, anger management. So whatever maladaptive traits that your child or someone you know may be displaying, this is the place that you can come to for help.
Watch this next feature for some breakfast meal ideas that are not only healthy, but are quick and easy to prepare.
Breakfast is said to be the most important meal of the day. But how often have we been having breakfast? We've been skipping breakfast morning after morning. Do we really want to pass on this poor health practice to our children? I don't think so. So we've decided to get some help. The Grenville campus of the Hartrust NTA's Northwest TVET Institute has offered to render some assistance by giving us some quick and easy meal ideas that's fit for the entire family. Our facilitator today is sous chef Randy Plummer. Thanks for having us, Randy.
Hi Sandra, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Welcome to Grenville campus. Today we'll be doing some healthy, nutritious meals just to give parents and caregivers a workable example of what they can do in no time.
So before we get into business, Randy, why is it so important for us to have a healthy breakfast?
Well, it's important to have a healthy breakfast because the body, throughout the night, the body loses all the nutrients that it would have gotten in the day. And what the breakfast does now, it introduces new nutrients to the body, giving the body energy so you can carry out given tasks throughout the day. Also, studies have shown where students who have, or children who have healthy breakfast, they tend to concentrate better in school or at their work.
Some of us parents can hardly find time to send our children to school on time, much less cook meals in the mornings. What do you recommend?
Well, there's a whole lot of easy breakfast ideas. Simple thing, just as a boiled egg with some tomatoes, introducing protein along with vitamin C. Another example, oatmeal porridge with raisins. Oats is a good source of fiber. Raisins a good source of vitamin C also. So there are many ways that you can do simple dishes that doesn't take much time.
Okay, so with that said, let's get started.
Okay. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I have assisting me, Sapphire. We're doing some easy breakfast meal ideas. The meals are so easy to prepare, so you can have your children assist you. Today we'll be preparing mackerel croquettes. The ingredients are mackerel, escallion, mixed vegetables, red onions, and white onions. Also, we'll be using the breading process. The ingredients for the breading process are flour, egg wash, and the breadcrumb. For children who suffer from celiac disease, instead of using our regular breadcrumb, you can use the gluten-free breadcrumb. So what we'll be doing now is basically adding all our ingredients and mixing them together. So first we'll add the sweet potato. And sweet potato is rich in iron and potassium. We'll add the mackerel flakes.
So Randy, how long does this meal usually take to prepare?
It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. So what I would suggest to parents who work and have no time to prepare the meals in the morning, prep all ingredients from overnight, put them in the fridge, and then go ahead and deep fry them in the morning. And that will take the most 3 minutes. So what I'll have Sapphire doing now is just mixing the ingredients for me. Okay, well done, Sapphire. We'll now add some eggs for binding. Just mix the ingredients thoroughly. What we're going to do now is make some mini balls. So just squash everything together. It's almost the size of a golf ball. So we then coat it in flour, then egg wash, then breadcrumb. Sapphire is going to help me make one of the balls. Take up a small amount, squash it together. Squash it. Squash it with your hands like that. Squash it and just gently roll it. So well done, Sapphire.
Okay, and how many of these balls do you usually recommend?
Normally for age group 5 to 11, I would recommend 8 ounces. So you're looking at about 4 to 5 of these balls. And portion control is very important because the correct portioning of food alleviates obese children. You have a whole lot of obese children all across the world, and overeating is one of the main factors. And now we'll move to the fryer. We're going to fry these croquettes until they are golden brown. And this should take no longer than 2 to 3 minutes. And the taste is very great. So the mothers and single mothers who have a short period on their hands to prepare breakfast in the morning, this is one of the easier way to go. And it's very nutritious. As you saw, we had a lot of vegetables in there, along with the mackerel that is rich in omega-3. You know, omega-3 is good for heart health. It prevents against heart disease. If you are a vegetarian, you can use veggie chunks or veggie mince.
Quick and easy to prepare and also nutritious. Don't they look nice? Wow, this is really good. Come here, help yourself.
That's all the time we have here on the station. Keep the lines of communication open. Email us, jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm. Join us on all the major social media platforms and visit our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch up with us while on the go by downloading our mobile app. We're here for you. On behalf of the entire team at the GIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.